Okay, let's come back home and tell you about businesses around the country being on their knees as a result of load shedding. One such business is an Eastern Cape community dairy project. Constant power cuts and failing infrastructure are putting this once successful farm at the risk of closure. For more on this, we're joined by one of the farm's managers, Mandla Sikhondo. Mandla, thank you very much for your time. You're with the Ngocha Dairy Trust in Kofi Mvaba. How desperate is the situation?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. The situation here at Ngocha is very bad. It's very bad, and I don't have words to actually describe it to you. What's happening here now, as I'm talking to you guys now, it's raining. It's pouring with rain. The roads are non-existent. So our milk trucks, when they're supposed to come and collect milk here, they're getting stuck all the time. We actually have to stop doing what we're doing, get the tractors to pull out the trucks every day. The trucks that are bringing in the feed for cows, they're also getting stuck. So it's really bad. The cows end up not eating, which is not good for animals that are actually meant to produce a lot of milk. So the situation is very dire. We need assistance as soon as possible.
I mean, in December alone, you lost 2.7 million rand due to the load shedding, but you speak of the bad roads as well and the lack of infrastructure. Speaking to the relevant authorities, what are you hearing in terms of speeding up the building of roads to access this farm, because you've got about 100 people who are employed, half of them being permanent?
Well, earlier this year, we had a meeting with the local municipality, which is in Zigayetu. We had the municipality manager who actually came to visit us. They did listen to all our problems, and they did promise that the situation of the road at Ngocha, as well as load shedding, will be looked into, and they will come up with assistance as soon as they possibly can. But time is running out. We actually running out of time, because every day we lose production. Every day we getting new cows getting sick because of poor roads. And I think the progress is just too slow. They're not fast enough. Also, according to Daily Dispatch, the spokesperson for our provincial government on the transport, who Mr. Bingose did mention that Ngocha's situation in terms of roads is in their top priority list, but waiting for the new financial year is going to be too late. We need some intervention as soon as possible.
About the ecosystem of how you can often take things for granted. So having a glass of milk may be such a mundane thing to do, but there's an entire ecosystem. You mentioned the cows that are involved, some of which are getting ill now as a result of the load shedding. Help us appreciate how everything works.
So I missed you a little there, but I'll just tell you a story. Just last year alone, we had to send about 90 cows to the abattoir with an average value of a cow at 10,000 rands. That's 900,000 rands that we just lost alone in terms of cows alone, assets, and the income that we've lost that those cows could have given us. That amount is just the tip of the iceberg, because with the walkways inside the dairy, we've lost at least 13.7 million rands. And things are not getting better. It's just getting worse. Every day things are just falling apart. So I would like just to appeal to our government to actually assist urgently. And I'm sorry that I cannot really hear you properly because of network and all that, since we actually load shed as I'm talking to you.
No worries, sir. I think we got the main issues that you are faced with, infrastructure challenges, as well as the challenges of contending with load shedding. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Mandla Sikhondo is the farm manager at Nqoga Dairy Trust Farm in Kofimvaba in the Eastern Cape.